I'm back. Yeah, Slump did his thing on this one. Motherfucker, do you feel me? East Coast, West Coast.
My whole family is like musical in a way. My grandfather played a few instruments. I started producing first, and then rapping didn't come too far after that.
Mm-hmm.
It was just, I made beats 10th grade. I started rapping 10th grade, a little after, that's it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I just started messing with FL Studio, and then my friend was like, you should just rap over it, instead of trying to find somebody else to do it.
Yeah. So like nowadays when you're making your music, are they primarily your beats or?
I try, yeah. They are primarily, I'd say. There's only like a handful of songs that I didn't make the beat for.
So what's your like creative process when you're making a beat?
Making a beat,
Yeah.
I like sampling. Who
Okay.
doesn't like sampling? So I could go look for samples. Otherwise, you know, start with a cool melody. It's an idea. I could try to start with drums, and it never really goes well for me.
So like, how do you translate the beat making over to rapping on the beat now? You know,
I don't know about translating. I think it's like just two whole different
different things?
monsters. Yeah, it's like I have sometimes just stretches of weeks or months where I do only one of them. Like I'll only write or I'll only make beats, and there's not too much overlap, I'd say, but I guess the overlap is really just the mixing and everything comes together at the end, just, you know, tying everything together.
so like when you're working on projects, do you usually work on them by yourself, or do you have other artists that you work with to get some input? You know.
I'm looking for more input. I try to, you know, send stuff to artists I know, all the producers, and see, you know, what they think about it. But in the past, really, it's been the opposite. So I'm really trying to look for more people to collaborate with.
Nice. It's all about building your team. You know.
Facts.
You gotta have a team because it's like it's hard to be a one-man band. You know, you can't just like give yourself the opinions because everything in your head is gonna be good to you. You know, it's like
Or bad, depending on who you are.
that's fair. That is very fair. But it's like somewhere there in the middle of you judging your good or badness. That's where greatness comes in. But you only realize that if somebody's like, "Yo, this shit is actually fire." You probably thought it was the worst thing in the world.
It could be the opposite just as easily. So that's why you just need to ask other people before you put stuff out. You know.
How many people do you usually try to get to listen to your shit before you put them out? Before you put it out?
At least 2 artist friends and at least 2 non-artist friends.
Really?
That's at the very, very least, yeah, minimum. Because I say you have to have some non-artist friends, you know, put their input on it. Because although they might not have the same ear for music, I feel like they're going to know instantly if your shit sounds like the radio shit. Not like somebody who makes music, they'd be like, oh yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, it probably does sound pretty good, but somebody that only listens to like radio and like professional made stuff is gonna be like, oh, that's a little off. And then they'll tell you.
Is your goal to get your music to sound like some radio shit? You think?
On in terms of mixing, yeah.
Okay.
Just in terms of I always had my brain like when I listen to songs on the radio or just by bigger artists, it'll always sound that has this little twist to it, like something that I'm not doing in the mix. Like this is what my headspace was when I was like 16, 17, mixing my own stuff. It's like there's something that they're doing that I'm not, that's making their vocals sound on top of the beat. And that's like kind of what I strive for in terms of making my stuff sound like a radio song. It's just making sure my vocals don't get drowned out and are not too loud, because either one of those is just gonna put you at a whole disadvantage, you know, when
That's
people listen
definitely-
to your stuff for the first time.
Word. So with new listeners and stuff, what is the message that you're trying to convey to them? Like, what's the message you want your audience to gain from your music?
Just be you, one, and two, don't be a dick. So be authentic and just be kind-hearted. You know, there's no need to, you know, in this business, there's a lot of ego and a lot of, you know, just people that don't know how to appreciate each other. And that's why there's not as much collaboration, I think. So one thing I like to convey is you gotta, you know, you gotta be nice to people,
Most definitely.
but you also, you know, gotta stand your ground and make sure that you don't get walked all over as well.
You gotta know your worth, you know?
Fine line. And it's hard to be a positive type of rapper, you know, because I think the angry stuff always sounds better, or maybe just my angry stuff sounds better. So it's tough to walk the line of, you know, being a positive artist with a positive message, and also a lot of the times I do have some angry kind of delivery. So it's tough to walk that line.
Would you say it's anger or just like
Emotion,
yeah?
passion, yeah. I mean, I would like to say it's passion. I think when I deliver my best recording takes, it always just winds up sounding angry, and that's where like, a lot of the Eminem comparisons come from for me. I think because I get a little gritty, and that's when my takes sound the best to me, and whoever's recording me, they're like, yeah, that's the one.
When you just get into, well, maybe that's just your element. You're getting into it. you know?
That's what I'm saying. That's my element, but I'm still trying to be a positive artist.
Well, there's a way you can definitely bring the positivity while you're getting gritty. You know,
I'm hoping so.
it's just you gotta, as you said, it's a fine line at the end of the day with everything. You gotta find the fine line. you
Yeah,
know?
absolutely.
Word. So like, what do you do to help like your artistry? Are you writing, or are you just freestyling? Like,
Oh, I'm a writer. I can't freestyle for shit.
okay.
If somebody took me on a radio station and was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put on this beat, I want to hear you rap, I'm gonna be like, no. I'm gonna be like, no, because one, you didn't tell me this was happening, and if you did tell me it was happening, I would not have said yes.
Yeah.
So you didn't tell me this was happening. You gonna put on a beat that I've never heard before. I gotta think of some shit. Like, my brain don't work like that. It just don't. Yeah, like, if I'm gonna spit some shit quick off the top of my head, it's gonna sound stupid. It's gonna sound like some Dr. Seuss rhymes with some non-making sense ass bars. It's not gonna sound good.
Yeah.
But
it's not gonna be
that's
what you
why
want it to be.
I really consider myself just an artist or like a poet more than like a rapper, because I can't freestyle. So I don't consider myself like a rapper, like a battle rapper would say, oh, I'm a rapper. Like, I'm a hip hop artist, right? I make hip hop music, and I write poetry on top of hip hop beats, and that's how you get what I provide. That's how you get my product. But I don't rap. I can't spit a 16 for you off the top of my head.
So like, you write to your beat. Do you write to the beats? Do you write separately and then add the
I
beats
write
on
to the
top
beats.
of it? Okay.
That's when you said the process, that's definitely a part of the process. Like, I go like in a straight line. Like,
Okay.
some people can, you know, write a verse just, and that, you know, that could probably be a lot of the poetry too, right? Some like slam poets, they do like a cappella and everything, but just for me, I think it's because I make the beat too, a lot of the times. So if I make the beat, or if it's somebody else's, because if it's somebody else's, it's something that like really stuck with me and I had to get it. There's no other reason I'm on a beat that's not mine. But when I make the beat, I make it through and through, and I make it in a way that I think me or any artist could make a song out of it. Like, there's a story within the beat and the way it's arranged already. And then on top of that, I make a story with the verses and the hooks.
Nice. What are some like musical inspirations that you take to create your beats and create your songs outside of hip hop? You know.
Okay, outside of hip hop, there's some like classic rock. Not too much. Like Bruce Springsteen is a constant I listen to. Let's see. I listen to Caribbean music.
Really?
Love Caribbean music. Soca, love soca. Love dancehall reggae. Regular reggae, Bob Marley type reggae. I say I listen to that less though, just because I think what I love about Caribbean music is the upbeatness of a lot of it. So when you have people like Vibes Cartel or Machel Montano, those are the people I listen to, right? And there's some Bob Marley thrown in there too. And this one reggae guy, Chronix, that's who I listen to. Definitely outside of hip hop. And other than that, just R&B really. Chris Brown, Trey Songz, all of them type of artists. People, Tory Lanez, people with vocals, people with melodies. It's like, so I try to just keep my hands everywhere, you know? Like, I want the rhythm, I want the grit, I want the melodies, I want just a little bit of inspiration from everything.
Most definitely. So you said people compare you to Eminem and like the hip hop scene. So like, what are some of your hip hop? Like,
my hip hop inspirations?
Yeah,
okay, well,
inspirations.
there's Eminem, Kendrick and Cole. I listen to Wayne, Drake, Jay-Z and Nas. I'd say I take from for sure, and like Jay-Z, Nas, Wu-Tang. I put them all on like the same like. I've listened to them for the same reasons, and like the boom bap era is something I take from. Who else? Hip hop. There's Joyner Lucas.
He's tough.
He's tough. I fucked with him for a long, long time. I was fucking with him all throughout the ADHD, all of that. And who else? I get compared to Jack Harlow. I don't think I sound like him. And the G-Eazy, but you know.
Yeah. I don't know. People just like comparing white rappers to just like white rappers, even if they don't really sound
I get the
similar or
Eminem one.
anything.
I get the Eminem one.
Yeah, I've heard your music. I get the Eminem one. I don't really see the G-Eazy or Jack Harlow. I got to be honest.
I think one time I just had my hair real curly for whatever reason, and then some guy just compared me to Jack Harlow. So,
what's one of the favorite tracks you? What's one of your favorite tracks, man?
my track One Man Army will always probably be my favorite.
Why?
I don't know. It's one of the songs that I didn't make the beat to.
Really?
So that beat slapped me in the face when I heard it. And I just started writing to it one night, like, and then it became this whole story. And then it's just a crazy song, like. And then every time I perform it, it gets super hype. And then everybody loved it when I put it out the first time. So it's just easily my favorite. But then you also have, other songs where I'm more melodic, which I like too.
Nice. You said the crowd goes crazy for it. What's your favorite moment that you've had performing? Because I see you've done a lot of shows. You're out and about.
A little bit, yeah. I've definitely done a lot of shows in the past for sure. So a couple favorite moments. Honestly, one of the first shows I performed, probably the third time I ever was, no, not ever. Third time on stage after COVID, because I only performed like once before COVID, twice before COVID. So I only count this as like my third performance. And I was opening up for an old friend at Amityville Music Hall. And that was a crazy crowd. It was packed like all the way to the back.
Oh, damn.
And then when I was performing, like I was standing up on like the speakers in front of the stage, and
Sick.
there was some sick pictures shot. that was a good night. And then there was another place recently that the place was okay because management was a bunch of dicks, but they had a pretty big stage with the screen in the back. So
That's tough.
I liked seeing my name big as hell behind me. I was like, yeah, this is that shit. And actually, both times the crowd chanted my names.
Really? That's
Yeah.
awesome. That has to be like a euphoric feeling. You gotta be
That's
like,
why I do it.
That's fair.
That's why I do it. The fucking performing, I live for the audience really reacting like that, being like, oh shit. The fuck?
No, yeah, I mean, that's why we all do it. Because it just puts you on in a, like, different realm, you know?
Yeah.
You just get high, you know? It's like just this highness on life. It's kind of crazy, you know?
Nah, this really is crazy.
Because, like, at some of our bigger shows, when I, like, step on stage and I, like, talk to the crowd and they're just, like, fucking with it, it's like, whoa. Like, people are actually here for the movement.
Yeah, right?
It's insane seeing, like, people actually are supporting, you know?
100%.
With support and stuff, do you have, like, a team you work with? Like,
I like to think of myself as more of a free agent
okay.
because there are so many teams already on Long Island. I was part of a team myself, but I don't associate with those specific people no more. And after that, like, and this is why I say a free agent, because I really felt like people was like, yo, come over here to our team. They was like recruiting me like I'm LeBron, like it's crazy. But I was like, I want to fuck with everybody. Like I want to be on everybody's team. I got these people. I introduced them to these people. 'Cause they do music videos and they do shows or some shit like that. Like I would just want everybody to fuck with everybody, and that's like, you know, that's part of the reason is that like I do everything too. It's like
it's about building the community.
exactly the community.
Weird. So, like, I also noticed you're not really on social media, man. I couldn't really, like, find your music. What's that about, you know?
Well, my music just got all fucking deleted and shit because of me having to take it down or whatnot. But as far as social media goes, it's HKC Real on Instagram. It's www.holykingcobra.com. And that's about it. I don't use Twitter for shit. If you want it, it's official HKC _96. I don't use that shit. I don't even know what's capitalized or whatever. Yeah.
You said Holy King Cobra, right? That's what your name means.
Yep.
What does that mean to you, bro? Why?
Shit.
Why Holy King Cobra?
It kind of just came to fruition in a way. Like, it used to be just King Cobra, and I used to be just doing beats, and I like put out one beat, and this was before I even had FL Studio. It was like a garage band beat, like so I put out one thing as like King Cobra, and all the letters were like lowercase capital and lowercase capital. Like, I hope that shit just gets deleted off of SoundCloud, but then I put it in Xbox, and yeah, obviously that name was taken. So you know how they shoot you more names, suggestions. So one of them was Holy King Cobra 96, and I was like, oh shit, that sounds tough. I don't know why, but that sounds tough. And that was just that. And then I started making music, and I was like, looking for a name. I was like, that shit's still tough. So I just went with that. It really wasn't too far after that, because I made that Xbox name, and I was just like, yeah, I should use that for music. And then I just build a brand around that, really.
Word. So you have any upcoming projects? Anything? Any upcoming performances? What's next?
Shoot. Well, my next performance is January 5th at Shakers. It's my homies No Cares and Will Doe. They got a little release party. It's a banger album coming out. I got a song with No Cares on that album that I fucking love. I love my verse on that. And I love performing that at studio before. I only performed it once, but I'm gonna perform it again that night, probably. But it's just a crazy song, and it's gonna be a crazy album, crazy event. Shakers, January 5th, in Oakdale. I think it is.
Any projects coming up?
Well, right now, I'm working on a lot of collabs. Like I said, the No Cares song is fire. I got a song with Iceman Mir. We are, looking to push that pretty tough. It's a banger too. And I'm working on an album, but that's not dropping for a little while. It's gonna, kind of embody the whole, like how I'm taking everything down and then I have to like build it back up. It's gonna kind of, represent that whole struggle and, getting back in the scene, like rising again after you fall type of theme.
It's tough. So where would we be able to find that, like when it does come out?
Well, that's gonna be on all platforms. I'm working on getting all my music back on all platforms right now. It's just I'm gonna be going one by one basically, because I feel like that's just a better way to do it than I did it before with the album. Yeah. I was like forcing albums out when I was a little younger, and just now I know better. So it's like it got taken down, but there's blessings that come out of it. Like I get to basically redo my career. Yeah, which is great.
Build it up from the ground.
And which is already what I was doing, but now I could actually like be like from the ground instead of like being in the middle of my career and like still being on the ground.
Most definitely. Word. Thank you for coming out, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for interviewing with us. Appreciate it, man. Word.
I don't switch it up when he start filming, and when I get rich, I can have every dollar in the world, but it's still me. Want me quiet as anything, they gonna have to kill me. I've been trying to fight it and kill it on the LB. I've been writing the light of the spark, motherfucker, do you feel me? East Coast, West Coast, do you feel me? Dirty South, do you feel me? Cause y'all know the real me. I don't switch it up when they start filming, and when I get